Now, hundreds of African athletes are chasing gold in France. South Africa, Egypt and Nigeria have the largest delegations. But will that translate into victory? Kenya was the most successful African country at the last Games in Tokyo with 4 gold medals and wants to stay on top of the list. Let's hear from some athletes, starting with Ferdinand Omanyala, a Kenyan sprinter who trained in France for the Olympics.
I've always been coming here before my major championships. Last year I was here before Budapest, the World Championships. So again, I'm here before the Olympics, and I'm happy that the Olympics is in France. So that means it's just the right place to be.
Very excited. Very excited. It's nice weather to it as well. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks here.
I was running Tokyo Marathon Olympic. You know, if you remember, all Ethiopian teams marathon, they drop out. That is no good for Ethiopian people. Now I on Paris Olympic, I take it just gold for Ethiopia. So this is good for Ethiopia.
For more on the Olympics, my colleague Lolade Adewuyi from the sports desk joins me now. Hello, Lolade. Look, there's so much we're looking forward to in terms of what Africa has to offer. Which athletes should we keep an eye on?
Thank you, Eddie, for having me. The Olympics are great for Africa, and it always brings out the best athletes. And I mean, this year, it's exciting for me because I'm looking at 3 key players, athletes, especially in the individual performances. Faith Kipyegon of Kenya, she's a world record holder in the 1,500 meters women, and she's coming into the Olympics on the back of winning 2 Olympic gold medals in 2016 and 2020, the Tokyo Games in 2021, and now trying to win her 3rd one. And, you know, she came back from after winning in Rio. She had a baby girl and came to win in Tokyo, showing that mothers can do this thing. And you know, last year she broke the world record again, and you know, so she just comes in with a lot of pressure, but you know, she can make that expectation for Kenya, make Kenyans excited about her. So I think Faith Kipyegon is one to watch out for. And my second person would be Letsile Teboho of Botswana. Young man can run. You know, Botswana has not been known for its, especially Southern Africa. In recent years, we've seen Kanis Mbine come from South Africa, but Letsile is just another one who's come out of Botswana and shown that Southern Africans can sprint. You know, he's won back-to-back silver medals in 100 meters and 200 meters at the World Championships, and Botswanans would be really, you know, keen for him to top that and go on to win a gold medal at these Olympics. Of course, he's competing against Noah Lyles in both races, but I'm rooting for him to snatch one of those medals. My 3rd athlete would be Oluwatobiloba Amuso of Nigeria. She's a world record holder in the 100-meter hurdles women, and she at Tokyo she finished 6th, disappointingly. But 2 years later she bounced back and won and broke the world record and won Nigeria's first World Championship gold medal. So this year she's Nigeria's biggest hope for a gold medal since the year 2000. That's 24 years of waiting. You know, so these are the key 3 people I'm really looking forward to.
Right, we'll see how that goes. I'll tell you what more we should be looking out for. One team to watch is the basketball team from South Sudan. The African nation gained its independence just 13 years ago, and it's about to play in the Olympics for the first time. It is the only basketball team from Africa that qualified for the Paris Olympics.
It's the only basketball stadium in South Sudan. Coach Bar, one of the country's national players, is there to watch a local game. South Sudan currently has the most successful team in Africa. It made headlines at the World Cup and has now qualified for the Olympics to compete with the best in the world.
Brown played there, Michael Jordan played there, all the big name play there, so why not? I can say I played there before, so that's something that I can, you know, be proud of, for sure.
A sporting sensation in one of Africa's poorest countries. Racked by years of war, South Sudan only gained its independence from Sudan in 2011. With only 11 million inhabitants, the country's potential to make its name in the world of basketball is still enormous.
We have the height, so people say that's 50%. You're giving 50% already, so now you got to work for the other 50%. Given the facilities, the proper practice, the proper way of learning the game of basketball, the ceiling is high. I don't think it's just going to be Africa. So to say that, but we're coming for the world, we're coming for everyone. So I'm excited.
Young men here are often taller than 2 meters. The few sports grounds are always overcrowded, and many dream of making their fortunes with basketball. But Coach Barr wants more than a few individual success stories. He wants to make a name for South Sudan as a basketball nation.
My goal is just trying to, win something for South Sudan. I'm going to continue playing for the national team as long as I can. Of course, it's going to be more young kids coming and all this stuff, so we're just going to pave the way to them, make it hard to them. So when they're going to come, they know there's a bigger shoes that they need to fill.
Coach Barr and his fellow players will soon be competing against the world's top teams at this year's Olympics. It will be South Sudan's opportunity to show it has what it takes to play with the best.
Right, Lolade, no surprise that they made it to the Olympics, is it?
Well, South Sudan's story is really interesting. They are the only country that has ever qualified for the Olympics that has no indoor basketball court. These guys have come through the diaspora. Many of them, their parents left during the War for Independence and then the Civil War, so they were born abroad, raised abroad. But Lolade, the president of South Sudan Basketball Federation, brought them all together because he also didn't play for South Sudan. He didn't have the opportunity. He played for Great Britain, but he played in NBA and then, he used these finances and brought all these boys together to raise the flag of South Sudan. And I think they are really going to do Africa proud. They held the US to a really tight game during a recent friendly encounter. So I think South Sudan could really do well at the Olympics this year.
Yeah, I'll bet my money on them. Let's see how that goes. Quick one on this. What more can we expect from Team Africa? Something from Zambia?
Right. I think the Zambian women's national football team, they've reached their second straight Olympic Games. They were at the World Cup 2 years ago, and they are showing that they have the consistent growth for them. I think they're really exciting players. Barbara Banda scored 2 hat-tricks in Tokyo and also scored at the World Cup, I think, with Rachel Kundananji, who's the most expensive women's footballer ever. I think Zambia women's football is one to watch this year in Paris.
Right, okay. We'll see how it goes. Lolade Adewuyi from the Sports Desk. Thank you.
Thank you so much.